Welcome to Tungsten Tales, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Starr, and I'm bringing you up to date with a week PDC darts. Now, what's been happening? Well, last week, of course, in the Premier League, Newcastle wins for Gary Anderson, Adrian Lewis, Michael Van Gogh, and then a draw between Peter Wright and Phil Taylor, which sets us up wonderfully for the last week, this week, in Newcastle. Three players fighting for their lives. That's Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson, and Peter Wright. First game of the evening, Dave Chisholm and Adrian Lewis. That doesn't matter, that those guys are out, but then it really starts to happen. So Gary Anderson takes on Raymond van Barneveld. A win for Gary, he's through. A draw may be enough, and maybe even a loss may be enough. The same scenario for the power Phil Taylor. He takes on Robert Thornton. If any of those two guys slip up, any draws or defeats, then waiting in the wings, waiting to step in, is Peter Snakebite Wright. Now, who does he play? He plays Michael Van Gogh, and then after the words at the end of the Premier League last week, that is set up absolutely perfectly. A little bit of needle there would be great to see those guys going head to head. Michael's not going to want to see Peter go through, and of course Peter wants to have one over on Michael. So some strong words there last week. So that's coming up this week in Brighton. What happens at the weekend? Well, on Saturday in the Ricoh Arena in Coventry. On the Saturday's Youth Tour number 7 and number 8, that's for players aged between 16 and 21. Two events there on one day with £5,000 each event up for grabs. On Sunday, again in the Ricoh Arena, £10,000 for each event, and that's for the Challenge Tour number 7 and number 8. So that's to look forward to. So good to see it going back there to Coventry. Now, basically, what happens next week? Well, on Monday, we're fortunate enough to be spending a day with Adrian Jackpot Lewis up in Stoke, filming a day in the life with Adrian. Of course, you'll be able to see those clips shortly next week on Tungsten Tales. And then on Thursday, well, it's the Premier League final, semi-finals and final. So we don't know the guys who are going to be through that. We know it's going to be Raymond van Barneveld and Michael Van Gogh, but who's going to be joining? That's on Thursday from the O2. And of course, what else happens on that evening is the final of the Unicorn World Youth Championship between Keegan Brown and Roby John Rodriguez. So that's going to be fantastic as well. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. It's youtube.com/Tungsten Tales. Follow us on Twitter @Tungsten Tales. And of course, you can like our Facebook page, that's Tungsten Tales Darts, and you can also see my tips for this week's Premier League. Hopefully, you're earning yourself £1 or £2 on there. Thanks for joining us, and of course, I'll be giving you up to date next week with my weekly update, giving you the sharp end of World of Darts. Thanks for joining us.